Hello, everyone. Welcome to Kondima TV. This is Time with Bill. How are you doing? Okay, it's good to see you. If this is your first time of tuning to my channel, thank you for watching and don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, please pause and click on the subscription button and continue the video. Thank you. Okay, so today I want us to talk or discuss about something. I just want to ask why people divorce. Yes, why people divorce? Because I'm not married anyway. So I want to know. I'm curious before I get into it. I want to know why some divorces comes about. Yeah, because like doing courtship or dating or whatever, you are so in love with the person. I mean, like, even if your parents say something, you don't even hear. Like, your ears are blocked. You can't hear, you don't understand the language your parents are talking or your parents are speaking. You don't understand because you are so in love, and it's like, it feels like heaven on earth for you. So when your parents say, "Oh, we don't like this person," or "we won't accept," then you cry, you don't eat, you get at loggerheads with your parents. So many stuff that goes on before the marriage comes on. But then you get married to the person, like your parents just allow you to marry the person, and you marry the person. Like, somebody be like, after a week, after a month, after 2 years, after 3 years, after 4 years, then, "Oh, I'm divorcing, and even if they say anything, you can't hear because you want to divorce. I mean, like, nothing can, when you're ready to divorce, nothing can hold you. Counseling, whatever, your mind is, "I want to get out, I want to get out, I want to get out." Yeah, that's the only thing you think of. So I want to ask, so what happened? What's the reason? Like, what changes in courtship, in dating? But then what happens when you become one, when you like get together? I mean, the person you can't live with. Now you're living with a person. But you decide all of a sudden, "No, I want to break up, I want to divorce." So why do you think it happened? I mean, for dating, that one, we break up in dating, at times it hurts, right? But then I don't think it really hurts than getting married and divorcing. Yeah, this is getting married and everybody witnessing. Yes, everybody witnessing, and at the end of the day, people attend your lavish wedding. Your wedding was the talk of the town, and boom, we hear that, "Oh, she's divorced, she's going through divorce." That's so sad, right? Yeah. But then what do you think it happened? Why do you think it comes about? Like, so is it something that it can't be solved at all? Like, you talk about it, that so that thing, it means you need divorce. That's the only thing, that's the only solution. I mean, so let's say when you are going to get married, you pray. So why is that when divorce is in, you don't pray? You even forget that you even forget that it's God that helped you to get married to the person. The only thing you are thinking of, divorce. You want to go to the court. Custody. That's the only language you hear. It's when kids are involved. Custody, like child support, whatever. That's the only thing. That's the only language you hear at that moment. So, what do you think triggers that? So there are so many people talk about, but then you watching me, what do you think? Maybe something you've heard I have not heard before, because some of the things that you hear is so hilarious. So you watching me, what do you think you've heard that make people divorce? What's the cause? Or if you have been divorced, what do you think? What happened? Don't really tell what happened, but then why didn't any advice, I mean, stop you from the divorce? Yeah, because you were this person who was so in love with the person, and you don't hear anything. You want to get married to the person. Yes, you went ahead. So why is that now you are the same person saying you want to divorce? So, I mean, kind of like, I understand situation happens, abuse, like cheating, and mishandling of stuff, addictions and stuff. I know those things happen. But then can't it be solved? That's my problem. Can't it be solved? That's the question I'm asking. Can't those things be solved? Right? Can't you talk about it? Can you get an elderly person, your family, his family, or her family, his family, get involved and talk about it? Why don't you think it can't be solved? Your pastor can't come in, like even if it's counselor that needs to come into your home, why don't you think like you don't involve people that are ready to solve it, make it work, but then the only language you hear is divorce? I think apart from, there's certain things that you need to get away before your corpse are being carried away. That what I understand. But I know certain things can be solved. Apart from abuse, that's what I know. Apart from abuse, like your husband is beating you, it's like emotionally, sexually, whatever, abuse. Apart from that, I think every other thing can be talked of, right? Share your comment below and let me hear. Let me know. I'm also learning, but I'm also now getting into it. So I want to know what I'm signing up for. Yes, I don't want to enter into it and be like, oh, I wish I didn't. I wish I did. I don't want to say, I wish I didn't marry this person. Oh, really? Is that how you were? I wish I didn't marry you. You are the worst person. Come on. You're the worst person I've ever met. But this was the same person that you are blabbing. Oh, my love, my sweetheart, I can't get enough of you. Oh, my God. Oh, those kind of terms, So when it happens, why don't you think about, I was on blabbing about her, I was on blabbing about him, I was on so why is this person now my enemy? Why is this person now, this person that I was blabbing, it's not this person that I love so much, this person that I couldn't live without. So what do you think, why is that when that divorce thing set in, why don't you remember those things and kind of get yourself together and work things up, but then and forget about divorce? Apart from abuse that the person's beating you and stuff, any other thing I think can be solved, right? Okay, so I was online. Yes, normally read things online, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. Yes, any social media you think of, I'm on it. Yes, so check me on Conmat TV. Check me on Conmat TV on Facebook, on Instagram, and on Twitter. Yes, I'm on Twitter, so check me there. Okay, so when I was online, I think Facebook. Let me read some of the things some lawyers said about reasons why their clients are divorcing, which is, some of them is so hilarious. Yeah. Okay, let's listen to it. This one said, I deal with a lot of divorces at work. I once reviewed a complainant for divorce because the wife always left poop stains in the toilet. Oh, OMG. He's divorcing the wife because the wife leaves poop stain in the toilet. So can't this be solved? So when you go there and she has done it, can't you flush? Or you tell her, baby, sweetie, honey, go and check the toilet seat. Go and check the toilet. Go and clean up. I want to use it. Yeah, because since it's her, you can go ahead and do it. But then since it's the habit she keeps doing, I think you can remind her of cleaning it so that she'll know, oh, I don't want to clean this, so I have to make sure it neat before he comes in. I think that one can be solved, right? Okay. So the next one was, she was a super thrifty coupon lady and would even listen when he was in the bathroom to see if he was using too much. My boss wife just filed for divorce because he used too much toilet paper. Oh, divorcing because he uses too much toilet paper, causing for divorce. This one said because he wouldn't help her put up a shower curtain. Really? Because the wife, because the husband won't help. Oh honey, oh baby, come and help me put up the shower curtain. Because he says no, so she's divorcing him. And this is from a lawyer. This is from a lawyer, and this one too says, my client divorced her husband because he insisted on bringing his mother on their honeymoon. The reason because his mother was still breastfeeding him. Yes, the husband, a grown man, was still breastfeeding. This one is over the board. This one is over the bar, right? I think this one is over the bar. Yes, this one is beyond spirituality. But then I don't think it can cause for divorce. I think you can talk it out for them to quit that nonsense, and if they don't, that's when divorce comes in, right? Okay. Because a grown-ass man cannot still forgive my word. A grown-ass man cannot be still breastfeeding whilst you are married. No. And this one too was because the wife chew, like that kind of thing. If the wife is chewing loud for people to hear that. So because of that, he's divorcing the wife. I think this has been a habit, because let's say imagine a 40-year-old lady and still doing that. It has been a habit for a very long time. But I think this thing can be worked out, because anytime you hear her doing that, you just use your eye to, give her a sign. And I think she should listen, right? I don't think it should cause for a divorce. And this one said, I had a client file for divorce because every morning his wife would ask him how he takes his coffee. Every morning for 7 years. So they've been married for 7 years, and 7 years, oh honey, how do you like your coffee? Honey, how do you... I think this shouldn't be a problem, because every day at times you don't feel like eating something. At times today you want to feel like doing this. At times you want to feel, so maybe I might think, oh, you like your coffee blue. Maybe you like your coffee blue. But maybe today you're not in the mood for blue coffee. So I should ask you, how do you want it? Or what do you think? For me, I think it's not a big deal. I have to ask you, honey, how do you want your coffee? Because maybe you might be in a bad mood today, might be in a good mood to take anything. So I don't think this should be a problem, right? And this one too said, my dad divorced my mom because she takes too long to tell a story. OMG. But then it turns out that the man was having an affair somewhere. So I think he was trying to use some strategy to get rid of the woman. Oh, this one is infidelity. So I guess the lady has to run for her life before anything else. Okay, another one says, friend of mine divorced his wife because she would only speak French when her family would come over. She was a Spanish, as was her family. To add, her family spoke English. So long and short means, so that they all have common language, right? And the lady has another language with the family, which the husband doesn't understand. And I think this thing is a problem, because we all have a common language that we all understand. So if your family are around, you have to speak a language that I can listen, or I can hear, or so that I can be able to, take part of the conversation. Okay, so if you start talking about, like, saying a different language whilst I'm around, what do you think I'm going to feel odd, and I'll be thinking, hey, are these people talking about me? What are these people talking about? You'll be thinking, the things will be going through your mind, because at this moment you don't even know what to say. You can't contribute, you can't do anything, right? So definitely, so this is not a good habit. So I think if you're in such situation, you're married and you are in such situation, if you're not even married people, but then if you are friends with your friends and you kind of like always want to change your language to a different language, and that one is not good. But then I don't think this thing should be a divorce, right? I think it can be talked about. Yeah, it can be talked about. I know it's about if somebody's speaking a language and you don't hear, and it feels some way, kind of like, yeah, I don't talking about. I've been there before. Are they talking about me? And yeah, so it kind of like maybe you might not, maybe they might not be talking about the husband, but then that's how you feel because suddenly they've changed to another language. So I think this shouldn't call for a divorce, but then this can be talked about. Yeah, they can talk about this. And interesting one too. It says, I knew someone who got divorced the same day they got married. The groom was dancing with his sister at the reception, and the bride asked to cut in. Her sister tried to punch her in the face, but missed and punched the bride's sister. All hell broke loose. The night ended with the bride asking the groom to choose between her or his sisters. He chose his sisters. Really? Oh my God. Really? I don't think it's a problem. I don't think it's a problem. But then, choosing his sisters means he never loved her from the first place. Because I think it's a wedding night. And this didn't happen. It be sister-in-law, you two. Couples are dancing. Why are you interrupting? I mean, this thing doesn't make sense. But then it doesn't also call for divorce. I think it can be talked about. So the guy accepting the divorce, her, and choosing her sisters means from the onset, he never loved her. He never loved her. That's why he was able to do that. But I think this thing can be talked of. This was a family thing, and it can be talked. They can talk about it. Yes, they can, and it doesn't call for divorce. Guess what? Not a divorce lawyer, but then got out of my first marriage because shortly after we got married, he decided he didn't like the way I talked and asked me not to talk when we were out in company unless I could talk straight. So does it mean for that long period he never knew how the lady talks? But then if I'm being intimidated, if I was the lady and I'm being intimidated, I think I can do such thing. Because we've been together before they getting married, and all of a sudden you think you don't like the way I talk, then what? And I cannot talk when people are around. It's just only because of you. I think it's way too much, but I think it can be talked about. Yes, if it doesn't talk about, that's when it comes in, right? And this one said he's still living with his mom. Is a no, 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 no. Marrying and staying in a family is a no, 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 no. Because there will be interferences, like people will be family members, people will be. It's not advisable, but if you don't have the means to get your own place, that's when it comes in. But then, if you think you are ready to marry, you have to have your own plate. Yeah, so I don't think getting married and still staying with your parents is the best thing. No. But I don't think it calls for a divorce. I think it can be talked about. Yes. And guess what? One of my clients filed for divorce because he owed his bookie $70,000 and figured he would get half of the house in the divorce and pay off his debts. OMG. If you're owing, yes, everybody owes. Tell your partner, baby, honey, dear, whatever, I owe. Can you help me pay up my debt? This is a situation. Can you help me get a loan to pay off my debt? I think it can be talked about. But then, because your house is worth it, so you think divorcing, you can get that half of the money and pay your debt. So if you get your debt paid off, how about your marriage? How about your life partner? The lady you couldn't have enough of. You will wish I'm my love, the love of my life, my gain, my castle, my whatever. So what happened to that person? Should I say you gambled with your marriage? You gamble with your marriage because of your debt. I think this thing is, I mean, Charlie. So this one said, I divorced my ex-wife because she decided to be a super Christian that spent hours each day lying on the floor speaking in tongues. Also, she would have random conversations with former deceased relatives while doing what mundane daily activities. The final straw was when I came home from work and my 2-year-old daughter was in the fireplace eating ashes 2 feet away from her while she lay on the ground chanting and speaking in her made-up language. I think this one calls for a big divorce. Yes. Because I don't think this one was. I don't think this is a Christian. Is a Christian way. Yes, I don't think it's because what kind of prayers were you doing that your 2-year-old daughter is just 2 feet away from you and eating ashes, and you can't stop the prayers and check your daughter? Really? Then this one calls for a divorce. Yeah. Because the baby is eating ashes. What do you think can happen? A baby has, like, the immune system is not strong like we adults. So what do you think will happen? Yeah, so that one calls for a divorce. Yeah. I think that one calls for a divorce. Okay, so this is, so this is some of the reasons why people divorce. But what do you think? And I know abuse also happens. What do you think? What do you think the reason why people divorce? So if you have an experience on why you divorced or why your friend divorced or anything that you heard, just share with us in the comments below. Okay? Share with us, because it's kind of like, some of us are now going into it. So when we hear of that, we get scared. We get scared. Is this for us? Can we also do this? So it kind of like something else. So please share your comments and your experience or whatever you've heard and your advice that you give to the ladies coming out like myself, what I can do when certain things happen so that I don't end up divorcing. It's not something I want to do. It's not something nobody hoped for, right? Nobody wished to divorce, to get married and divorce. I know certain things happen, but then in all, I think we have to look up to God. You have to bring God in it from day one of the marriage, day one of the courting, day one of dating. I think God has to be in it, because without God, that's when all this petty stuff turns out to be a big deal. So I think at the end of the day, we need God in it, right? Okay, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more videos from Kondima TV. See you next time. Bye.